Good morning. My name is Joan, and I'm a member of the worship committee for this congregation. Welcome to First Parish. It is so good to be together with you this morning. If you were visiting us, welcome, and thank you for joining us. Let's also take a moment to say hello to those joining us on Zoom. Please say hello. We especially want to welcome our guest in the pulpit this morning, Alex Cotter, our UU neighbor at First Parish, Plymouth. You've already seen that he brings a deep interest in mindfulness and Zen practice to his spiritual life. As a mathematics professor at Massasoit Community College in Brockton, he's used to being before audiences, friendly or not. He lives in Sagamore Beach with his wife Stephanie, his daughter Arlo, and we are thrilled to have him with us this morning. As Unitarian Universalists, we are people of diverse beliefs, but we share a common faith, a faith that every single person is worthy of love, a faith that what we do in and for this world right now is what really matters, and a faith that we are connected by an interdependent web to one another and to our earth home. So whoever you are, whomever you love, and however you make meaning out of the world around us, you are welcome here this morning. As our service begins, I invite you to get comfortable in your seat. Please silence your cell phone if you haven't already. And then really, really breathe. In and out. In and out. Our call to worship this morning is from Real Love by Sharon Salzberg. The first step toward feeling compassion for others is to set the intention to try it out. With a clear intention and a willing heart, sooner or later, we experience the joy and freedom that arises when we recognize our common humanity with all others. For our chalice lighting this morning, please, if you can and would be willing to, stand and read with me our covenant for the chalice lighting. Alex, would you be so kind as to light it for us? We, the members and staff of First Parish Church, Kingston, gather as a welcoming community and covenant as individuals to be truthful and respectful with ourselves and one another, to attempt to communicate effectively, to be open and welcoming to all who come within our midst, to listen respectfully without being judgmental, and to practice love and compassion. Recognizing that children and youth are vital to our community and our future, we will celebrate their presence among us, honor their ideas, and encourage their creative individuality. Grounded in this covenant and our principles, we commit to open and respectful dialogue with the world at large while being supportive of social justice and humanitarian efforts. Our opening hymn is number 193. Our faith is but a single gem.
In this quiet moment, we open our hearts to compassion. May we find the courage to meet suffering with understanding and joy with gratitude. Let us remember the simple truth that kindness, offered freely, can ease burdens and mend the world. May our practice of compassion begin here and flow outward into all we do. Let us take a moment of silence for our own quiet meditation. Compassion is not just something that we feel. It's something that we practice through our actions. One of the ways that we live that out here is by supporting this community and its work in the world. I invite you to give as an act of compassion, helping to turn intention into action.
Your action says yes to the values of our UU faith and yes to this beloved community. You may place your offering in the plate as it passes, or you may give to the church via Venmo. There's a QR code in your order of service. If you do give via Venmo, please make sure to write one of two things in the memo line. Please write pledge if your contribution is part of your annual pledge to support the church. Otherwise, please write plate in that line. Give as you are able, please, because today's offering will be gratefully received. Our musical offering today is All Lifted Hearts by Shelton.
In the Talmud of the Jewish tradition, the sage Hillel said, "What is hateful to you, do not do to others." This is the whole of the law. All the rest is commentary.
In the Hindu legend of the Mahabharata, the divine Krishna declared, "This is the sum of duty. Do nothing unto others which would cause you pain if done to you."
It is written, it is taught, may it be so.
Many, many windows, many waters, all lifted hearts are free.
In the Gospel of Matthew, the Christian scriptures, the Messiah says, Jesus says, "Whatever you wish that others would do to you, do so to them."
In the Buddhist text of the Udana Varga, the student is urged, "Hurt not others in ways that you yourself would find hurtful."
It is written, it is taught, may it be so.
Many windows, many waters, all lifted hearts are free.
In the In the Muslim hadith of al-Nawawi, the Prophet Muhammad teaches, "No one of you is a believer until he desires for his brother that which he desires for himself."
In the Taishang Treatise of Taoism, the seeker is instructed, regard your neighbor's gain as your gain, and your neighbor's loss as your own loss.
It is written, it is taught, may it be so.
Many windows, one light, many waters, one sea, all lifted hearts are free.
In the ancient wisdom of Shinto, there is a saying, the heart of the person before you is a mirror. See there your own form.
The Oglala Lakota spiritual leader, Black Elk, wrote, "All things are our relatives. What we do to everything, we do to ourselves."
It is written, it is taught, may it be so.
Many windows, many waters, all lifted hearts are free. Many windows, many waters, all lifted hearts are free.
Our reading today is from Thich Nhat Hanh's teaching on love. Compassion is a verb. When we see someone suffer, if our heart is moved, that is not yet compassion. Compassion means being able to transform suffering, to reduce it even a little. When you understand the suffering of another person, you are able to help them. Understanding is the essence of compassion. Without understanding, compassion is not possible. To understand, you have to look deeply. You have to look with all your being. Listening to the bell, I feel the afflictions in me begin to dissolve. My mind calm, my body relaxed. A smile is born on my lips. Following the sound of the bell, my breath takes me back to the safe island of mindfulness. In the garden of my heart, the flowers of peace bloom beautifully, and may it always be for you as well. Continuing with Thay's words. If you just look with your intellect, you cannot understand. Only when you look with your heart can you understand and have compassion.
Good morning. So before the homily, we are going to do some Kwanseum Bosal chanting. I'll explain more about what this means in the homily, but for now, please stand in body or spirit and put your hands to heart center like this. Now, I'll get us started to teach you the chant, And when I go like this, I'll call you in. And then at the end, we'll finish up the last verse. And when I go like this, that means stop. Quan seum bo sol, 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 quan seum bo sol. So, my friends, one of the things that we do as Unitarian Universalists is to explore other wisdom traditions and look to them for inspiration. I originally led this service at First Parish Plymouth back in October when the Soul Matters theme was Cultivating Compassion. And when I saw this, I knew, oh, you guys can sit, by the way. Thank you. That would have been kind of awkward. So, when I saw this, I knew that I would have to do a service. Cultivating compassion. In Buddhism, we've got practices for that. In the West, compassion is seen as a fixed quality. A person is either naturally more or less compassionate. We've basically got what we were born with. However, in Buddhism, compassion is seen as a quality that can and should be cultivated. By doing certain practices, a person can train their mind to become more compassionate. The Buddha is famous for teaching practices focused on gaining insight into the true nature of things. But he also taught that compassion and insight go hand in hand. Insight without compassion can become cold and detached. Compassion without insight can become overwhelming and naive. There's a reason that in the Noble Eightfold Path, his famous teaching on how to end suffering, the Buddha placed his ethical elements of right speech, right action, and right livelihood before his insight elements of right effort, right mindfulness, and right concentration. The Buddha also taught that there are qualities that are central for insight. These are called the Brahmaviharas. They are loving kindness, which means goodwill towards all beings, compassion, the wish to alleviate suffering in others, sympathetic joy, which means rejoicing in the happiness and success of others, and equanimity, balanced care and stability of the mind. Now, I practice Zen, and the purpose of Zen, the reason that we practice, is to attain enlightenment and save all beings from suffering. Zen developed out of the Mahayana tradition of Buddhism. Mahayana Buddhism's central criticism of traditional Buddhism is that in traditional Buddhism, the goal is to gain insight to end one's own suffering. In Mahayana Buddhism, the goal is to gain insight, not for yourself, but in order to help all beings. My school of Zen is called the Kwanum School of Zen. Kwanum translates as to compassionately hear the cries of the world. In my school, and I believe all other schools of Zen, we begin each meditation retreat by saying the 4 great vows, or sometimes called the 4 bodhisattva vows. Sentient beings are numberless. We vow to save them all. Delusions are endless. We vow to cut through them all. The teachings are infinite. We vow to learn them all. The Buddha way is inconceivable. We vow to attain it. So, this vow to save all beings from suffering is one of the reasons that I first ended up at First Parish Plymouth. How am I supposed to live out that vow in my day-to-day life? I decided that if anyone knew how to do that, it was the Unitarian Universalists. And so here I am today. Now, we've already seen today the primary practice that my school of Zen uses to cultivate compassion, Kwanseum Bosal chanting. Kwanseum Bosal translates as one who hears the cries of the world. It is the Korean name for Avalokiteshvara, the bodhisattva of compassion, who's kind of like a Buddhist saint who is seen as embodying compassion. A bodhisattva is somebody who seeks to attain enlightenment, but chooses to postpone nirvana to assist all beings on the journey to enlightenment. As I said before, Kwanseum Bosal chanting, or Kwanseum Bosal, is seen in that culture as the embodiment of compassion. You can see a depiction of Kwanseum Bosal on the cover of your order of service. They are sometimes depicted as male and sometimes as female, but also sometimes with 1,000 hands and eyes, which is meant to symbolize boundless compassion. One form of meditation retreat that is done in my school of Zen is called a Kido retreat. I've never actually done one of these, but in a Kido retreat, they chant Kwanseum Bosal all day long, and it's meant to help cultivate compassion. Now, I imagine folks from Korea from 1,000 years ago chanting Kwanseum Bosal would be deeply meaningful, because Kwanseum Bosal is seen as the ultimate embodiment of compassion in that culture. I didn't grow up in that culture, and I can't say that I have a strong emotional connection to Kwanseum Bosal. I don't associate that name with compassion on a deep personal level, and I'm not entirely convinced that chanting Kwanseum Bosal will make me any more compassionate. But I also don't think that there's any magic to it. This practice could be altered to work for anyone simply by choosing a figure that one associates with compassion. Arguably, this is what Catholics do when they chant the Rosary. They see Mary as a figure of great compassion, and with every Hail Mary, they're invoking that. As Unitarian Universalists, we could choose a historical figure that we associate with compassion and chant their name, and, I believe, get the same effect. Of course, chanting is great when you have a group to chant with, but we don't often get that opportunity. Maybe we could do an event where we all chant Martin Luther King Jr. or something. I don't know. However, it's common for Zen students to do mantra meditation and take the name Kwanseum Bosal as their mantra. Their primary practice during sitting meditation is to repeat Kwanseum Bosal over and over again in their heads, perhaps timed to using mala beads. Again, really similar to the rosary. This is a practice that anyone interested in cultivating compassion could do at home. Choose a compassionate figure, sit in a quiet place, close your eyes, and chant their name over and over again in your head while you visualize them. I can certainly see how doing that on a regular basis could reprogram someone to be more compassionate. Another practice meant to cultivate compassion that is done in my school of Zen is what I call the fish ceremony. I don't know if it has another name. Traditionally, how this ceremony would go is that when the fishing boats would come in to deliver their catch, the monks would purchase all of the fish on one boat. They'd then have the boat turn around and go back out, and they'd release all the fish. I've seen a cell phone video of this done in modern times in Korea. And the monks and nuns were all dressed in their nice, clean Zen robes, walking around a circle on this incredibly dirty fishing boat, carrying these milk crate-like boxes full of fish, all the while chanting Kwanseum Bosal. An interesting aside is that it's believed that all of these ceremonies are responsible for releasing invasive species all over the coasts of Asia. I think that this ceremony is absolutely beautiful, particularly in its futility. But my bigger takeaway is that one of the ways that we can cultivate compassion is by doing compassionate deeds. As Unitarian Universalists, it's kind of doubtful that we're going to buy a boatload of fish and release them back into the ocean. But I think that we can all cultivate compassion by doing compassionate deeds. Of course, as the Unitarian Universalist saying goes, deeds, not creeds. And so compassionate deeds are something our community is focused on anyway. Still, I think that there's a lot of benefit in recognizing that doing compassionate action will help to make us more compassionate. So to finish up, we're going to do another Buddhist practice for cultivating compassion called loving kindness or metta meditation. This isn't a practice that we typically use in Zen. However, it's a practice that the Buddha himself taught. It was popularized in the United States by the Buddhist teacher Sharon Salzberg, and it was her primary practice for many years, what she did on a daily basis. Many also believe that this is the personal practice of the Dalai Lama. In fact, in Tibetan culture, where there's obviously a strong belief in reincarnation, it's speculated that the current Dalai Lama is a reincarnation of Kwanseum Bosal, though I think that they would be known by another name in Tibetan Buddhism. I personally love this practice of loving kindness meditation, though I have to admit that I don't get a chance to use it very often myself. If I were going to adopt a daily compassion practice, this would be the one. This practice has been studied scientifically, and the findings indicate that it improves emotional well-being, cultivates compassion, and reduces stress. It has mental health benefits for those dealing with depression, anxiety, and PTSD, and it has been shown to increase self-compassion in those suffering from self-criticism. fMRI studies show that it activates regions in the brain associated with empathy, emotional regulation, and positive affect. Now, I typically don't lead guided meditations, but I think that it's an appropriate way to learn this one. What we're going to do is to visualize certain people in our lives and send them good vibes while saying some compassionate phrases. So please sit up straight in your pews and close your eyes. Start by picturing yourself as you are and silently say the following phrases of well-wishing. May I be safe. May I be happy. May I be healthy. May I live with ease. Now picture a loved one and say the phrases again to them. May you be safe. May you be happy. May you be healthy. May you live with ease. Now picture someone neutral that you encounter but don't feel strongly about, and say the phrases again. May you be safe. May you be happy. May you be healthy. May you live with ease. Now for the hard one. Picture a difficult person who you have conflict or tension with. Send them good vibes and say the phrases again. May you be safe. May you be happy. May you be healthy. May you live with ease. Finally, try to picture all beings. Maybe picture the earth or something, I don't know, and say the phrases one more time. May you be safe. May you be happy. May you be healthy. May you live with ease. At this stage, if we were going to keep going with the meditation, we'd start back with ourselves and repeat the whole process over and over again. But for now, we're just going to sit quietly for a moment and let the feelings of loving kindness settle in. Amen and blessed be.
As we wrap up today's service, we do so with a few announcements. All are welcome to join us for coffee hour in the Beale House across the street. If you're visiting, please be sure to check out our info island. It's a welcome table where you'll find information and may sign up for the newsletter. Our monthly First Friday Fire Pit is this Friday, 5 p.m. at the Fire Pit behind Beale House. As always, we provide the fire, and you are welcome to bring your own chair and or any snacks or beverages you like. That same night, May 1st, starting at 6 p.m. in the Beale House, is our Hamilton sing-along. We'll watch a film of the stage show with lyrics on the screen like karaoke. Snacks and drinks will be provided. We ask for a $5 suggested donation towards the pizza we will order for everyone. All are welcome, especially families and children and kids' friends. Please, if you will, at the same time, bring a canned good or two for our Matthew Mission food collection. I invite you now to rise in body or in spirit for our closing hymn, 1031 in the Teal hymnal, Filled with Loving Kindness.
Please be seated. So as we get ready to wrap up this morning, let us all reflect on how we can cultivate and practice compassion in our daily lives. What is going on right now, and how can I help? Whatever your personal spiritual practice is, may we all do hard training, soon find enlightenment, and save all beings from suffering.